about 24 months ago, we had re-architected our operating system. So tried to separate pipeline meetings from forecast meetings, from more general sort of business one-on-ones, if you will, and check-ins with reps, and then set a new cadence for team meetings. And sort of, you can spot check calendars and see if folks have this penciled in. But it's hard to do that at scale and hard to do it on a sort of systematic basis. And when we brought the managers together and started to sort of have an open discussion around this, I realized that we'd sort of veered off the path that we'd set. So certain managers were only doing sort of 1 or 2 one-on-ones with their reps every month. And those were reps that actually needed the coaching and needed support. Other managers were spending all of their time with top performers, which is a nice place to be because you feel like you're winning all the time because these folks are doing well. And so the allocation and focus of time was a little bit all over the map. And I just stepped back and realized, like, we're actually not measuring this and managing this as an organization effectively. Managers are sort of taking from the sort of toolkit what they think works for them and sort of applying that in practice. But I can't see what's going on at the center and I can't measure it effectively. And ironically, that's about the time we got connected on this topic and started to dig into it a little bit together.
Yeah. Fascinating. As you can imagine, I'm excited to talk about this, aspect of visibility that you have into the operating cadence, or arguably lack thereof. As you think about the operating cadence, I'm curious. You're talking about one-on-ones. You're talking about deal reviews, QBRs, things of that nature. Richard, I'm getting a sense that it was very, if fair to say, kind of internally focused. How do you think about the concept of balancing, hey, I need my manager to be focused internally on pipeline review, forecast review, deal reviews, et cetera, versus, hey, bottom of your card actually says sales, I need you to be out in the marketplace, co-selling, call-alongs, ride-alongs. Curious to get a sense as to how you thought about that, number one, and did you see any variability amongst your managers across that particular dimension?
Yeah, the huge variability and again, ironic, I mean, differing opinions amongst our managers as to how much time they should actually be selling in the market with their reps. I had certain managers that were of the opinions that that's not really a domain where I'm going to spend much time. They bring me in at the tail end of a conversation to negotiate a deal or hold a discount, but that's where they get leverage from me in front of the customer. My time's better spent sort of monitoring pipeline, coming up with sales strategies to grow the business. Others were more sort of mentally attuned to it and spending more time there. But again, there was sort of huge variability. And I think as an organization, we documented this cadence, but to your point, it was very internally focused. It was focused on the meetings we hold internally, the one-on-ones, the QBRs, the cross-functional meetings with product and marketing. We weren't prescriptive at all about the time that managers should be spending in the market or where they should be spending their time, who they should be spending their time with. And so we were sort of just leaving that to them, assuming it was happening. But as we started to scratch beneath the surface and as we sort of got to grips with your software platform and implemented that, it was this aha moment. I was like, I've got managers that are spending less than 1% of their time in the field with reps on a week-by-week basis, which was pretty unnerving, if I'm honest.